Hey everyone, and thanks for joining me here. We'll get started with this nice, gentle flow. We'll come down onto the mat. We're going to start in a child's pose to begin. So, wide-legged is nice. If you want the knees together, feel free. So, you want big toes together, knees nice and wide, and just melt those arms forward. Chest can melt down onto the floor. The forehead can rest on the mat, or we can rest the forehead on a block if you need that space here. Feel free to close down the eyes. Breathe down into the belly. With each inhalation, just lengthen and find space. And soften as we breathe out. Really tuning into that breath. While we're here in our child's pose, let's just start to rock the head from side to side. Can be just little rocks of the forehead. You can sway the hips. Just a little bit of movement here. And keep that awareness on the breath. Meeting in stillness. One more breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. We'll begin to lift our heads and walk those hands over to the right side. You can take your block with you if you need. Otherwise, we just melt the forehead down, opening up through that left side of the body. Breathing into that sensation of stretch. Just opening up here. One more breath in and out. We lift just slightly and come all the way over to the left side. Really reaching long through those right fingertips. Right side hip reaches away from the fingers. Breathing in fully. And breathing out completely. Let's lift the forehead and come all the way back to center. Melt down. And walk the hands in. We can bring the hands a little closer into the body so we're lifted. Staying with the knees in this position. If it's really too much for the knees, feel free to take the legs out wide. Breathing in, we're going to round the spine back, opening through the back body. Breathing out, we bring the chest through the shoulders. Shoulder blades squeeze together. And we're rounding and pressing forward. Really tuning in to that movement, those sensations, and it doesn't have to be completely the same every time. We're just really inviting curiosity with that movement and looking for as much fluidity as we can. We can start to press out to the left and the right and make some circles. if that feels nice for your body. Really listening intuitively here. And if we're circling, we're rolling the other way. And we come back to center, press out, press those hands into the mat, really opening through the back of the body. And then we'll walk back down, walk those hands back down, and we're going to take that left hand under the right for threading the needle. So the left ear melts down to the mat. If you would like to have your block, if this is a lot on the shoulders, you can take your block under the head as well. And that top hand can be soft, and we can just melt here. We can take that top hand up above the ear for a little bit more activity, or we could reach around for a bind and grab the opposite hip. Whatever calls to you, we set up here. Top hand presses into the mat, we lift up and out, and we change direction. So right arm threads under the left, choosing that top arm placement. It does not have to match the other side. Just whatever it is that we need here. And we lift up and out. If we come all the way up, remove the block if we have, and bring those legs all the way out in front. Let's tap out the legs here, a little shake of the whole legs. We can circle through the feet and roll the other way if we're circling. And then we'll bring soles of the feet to the floor, mat distance apart, so a little bit wider than hip distance. And we can press those hands behind us, fingers whichever direction you like, just holding, supporting the upper body. We want to be nice and long here through the spine, so connecting into those abdominals. Shoulders are back, our chest is open. We're going to rock the legs from left to right. Moving with our breath. If we rock around on the mat, that's okay. Just adjusting. We can stay here with those hands down. If we want a little bit more challenge, we can bring the hands up. It just encourages that little bit more mobility. Either option is great. And then we're going to come back to the knees in center. Rearrange yourself on your mat if you need, and we're going to bring the feet back into hip distance. Hands either on the knees or the backs of the thighs. Nice tall spine here, and again we're thinking spinal movement. So holding onto the legs, we round the spine back and lift the chest through. Head can come back if that's okay. With our breath, we round back and come through. A few more here. Intuitive movement. Next time we roll back, really active through those abdominals, and as slow as we can go, hands can assist on the legs, as slow as we can go, we're rolling all the way down to the floor. Scooching forward if need be. So we're all the way down on our backs. Long spine, so adjusting however you need. Nice long spine, long back of the neck. Notice the hips even on the ground, the pelvis is even. Notice the shoulders melting down, the back of the head nice and heavy. And we'll bring the right leg in. If we have the space through the hips, that left leg can go long, drawing that leg in to the chest. We can circle, a few circles one way with the foot, a few circles the other way. Finding stillness there. Left hand to the outer edge of that right foot, guiding the leg over for a twist. I like to lift my upper body to help rotate the other way so that the shoulders get to the floor. The shoulders do not need to be to the floor though, so it's more just about finding a position that works for you. Now, there's nothing wrong with testing the limits and going beyond sort of where it's comfortable, but there's also nothing wrong with being comfortable either. So just feeling in, making your practice your own, and finding this twist here. Feel free to close down the eyes if you are happy to do so. Maybe we take the head away from the knees, looking over to the right. And we breathe in and out. We bring the gaze back up to the ceiling if we're looking away. We guide that knee back over, both feet back to the floor. Once again, we notice the left side. We notice the right side. And when we're ready, that left hip, left knee is coming in. Option to extend that right leg. And what I mean by having space through the hips, if this feels like it's clunking, maybe we're rounding through the lower back, if it's too tight, too much, then we can keep that right foot to the floor and it just creates a bit more space. I can get my back lower to the mat, and it's not that it necessarily needs to be there, but we don't want too much discomfort through the lower back and overarching. We want that control with the abdominals. So wherever it is that you need to be, just deciding and choosing that position. And then right hand guides the left leg across the body. We adjust where's needed. Maybe looking away from those knees over to the left. And just breathing into all those sensations. When we're ready, gazing back to the sky and back to our backs. This time we're going to hug the knees into the chest, keep the tailbone nice and long, and have a little rock here. So massaging out through the back, rocking left to right. When that feels complete, we go all the way over to our side and press up to a comfortable seat. So we're cross-legged or comfortable. Legs can be wide, up to you. Let's ground down evenly through the hips, through those sits bones, connecting with those abdominals. We're coming up and in. Tall spine, hands can rest on those knees. We breathe down, feel the ribs expand out, front, sides, and back. Full breaths. And then we'll take those hands out to the side. Drop right ear to the right shoulder, opening up through the left side of the neck. We keep grounding through that left side hip. We can walk that left hand a little further away. Right hand can soften. We breathe here. And dropping the chin down to the chest, sweeping over left ear to left shoulder. We breathe in. Again, if you want a little more sensation, we can play around with taking that right hand away from the body, feeling into that stretch, feeling into those sensations. This time we drop the chin down to the chest, and as we roll over to the right, we're going to add in a little flow, a little floss through the neck. So we're sweeping left, down, right, right, down, left. Nice, slow, steady, even movement to match nice, slow, steady, even breathing. We meet with the chin to the chest. Let's bring the hands behind the head. We interlace the fingers and just allow the hands to cradle the back of the head. The thumbs run down the neck. Elbows can fall in and be heavy. Just noticing that extra pressure on the back of the head, keeping the spine nice and tall so we're not pulling ourselves forward. It's just opening through the back of the neck. We keep everything else nice and long and active. As we release, we take the hands wide, thumbs to the sky, and roll back. Feel that through all the way to the shoulder. As we close the arms, left arm on top, wrap around, give yourself a little hug. Option for stillness, option for a little rock from side to side. Feel what's going on through the torso. If we're moving, we find stillness and we open back, thumbs are to the sky and they can pull back. Feel that all the way through the arms, through the shoulders. This time as we close, right arm on top or opposite if we didn't quite get there. And we're wrapping the arms around the shoulders, giving ourselves a nice big hug. You can go lateral movement again. You can rest in stillness or we can rock forward and back. Nice and slow. Finding length as we reach forward. And then pulling ourselves all the way up. This time we release. Little wriggles and movements. Let go of any of that tension or stress that may be through the body. And we'll sweep the hands all the way up to the sky, reaching really, really tall, shoulders around the ears, really tall, lots of energy, and we melt it down. Again, inhale, sweep the hands up, 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 up. We ground down, we reach tall, we notice that length and the strength through the body, and on the exhale, we melt down. One more time. Breathe in all the way up. We melt down. Wriggles. Rolling over the knees or making our way into a tabletop position. Spread the hands. Feel into those abdominals. Notice the strength through the body. Let's tuck the right toes. Press back into that right foot. So opening the right leg is long, pressing into our hands. And then we sweep forward, shoulders over the wrists. We lift that leg and take it all the way out to the right. Breathing here. Let's come up to our gate position, stacking the spine. We want the hips nice and even to the front of the mat, knee, foot in line. Feel into the body. We reach all the way up. Shoulders stay away from the ears. And we melt over that extended right leg, keeping that top shoulder open. We breathe in and out. We peel all the way up and bring those hands back down to the mat. Lift that leg and bring it back in. A little wriggle with the hips. We come back to neutral. Notice the body. Left side, right side. Tuck the left toes, take that foot back, press back into that foot. Lots of energy. We're opening through the back line of the body. And then as we come forward, we lift that leg and take it all the way out to the left. I'm going to adjust position so we can see. Left foot, knee, right knee down. So we're here, and then we're going to stack the spine. So we're here. Sweep the hands up, shoulders stay down. We melt over that left leg. We ground down, particularly through that right side, tall through those right fingers, head placement of your choice. And just notice what's happening here. Where do we feel sensation? What's going on? Are we able to follow our breath? Or are there outside thoughts popping in? We come all the way up, hands come down, we lift that leg, it comes back in. Let's walk those hands forward. All the way forward, we're going to come onto our forearms, finding our Sphinx pose. Legs are relaxed. Breathing here, we're pressing the forearms, the hands into the mat. We're feeling into those abdominals, very engaged. We're lifting the chest. Little movement through the head. We can go left to right, a little shake, a little nod. And then we find our neutral, tall spine, gazing forward. And then as we look over to the right, we can maybe curl the hips to the left. And then we come forward and lift that left hip. We look over to the left. So a little rock here. We look to the right, we lift that right hip. We look to the left, we lift that left hip. A few more. And we come back to center. Let's drop down. Head can come to the mat. Shoulders, hands under the shoulders, elbows in. Really active through the bellies here. And we're going to lift up to our cobra. Again, if you want that little rock with the hips, it's a little deeper here. So maybe stillness is for you. With a rock side to side. We come back to stillness, melt all the way down, tuck the toes, and we're going to lift up to a downward dog. We're going to press those hands into the mat and pedal out the legs. The heels do not need to reach the floor, just pedaling here, seeing what's there and opening up through the sides, the hips, the backs of the legs. Breathe with that movement. And then we find stillness. If heels reach towards the floor, again, they do not need to be there. And then we're going to come onto our toes. Lift the heels high. You might shift forward a little and then bend the knees. So we're pressing the hips back in this bent knee position and then open the heels back to the floor. And we're going to do 2 more like that. So lift the heels. We're up on the toes. And bending the knees, we come down in this little, like we're going to shoot forward and then reach the heels back. Breathing as we move, we lift the heels, bend the knees, pressing those hands into the floor the whole time, and then heels can reach toward the floor. This time, dropping the knees down, untucking the toes, we're going to come back onto those heels. Little wriggle, shake out the hands. Roll the shoulders. Change direction of those shoulder rolls. And then let's come all the way back down onto our backs. feet to the floor, or the legs can go long. We're finishing up here, meeting in our Shavasana. If you would like one more hug of the knees into the chest, feel free to take that now if you need to release anywhere through the lower back. Let's let go of the breath. Let go of any effort here. We just breathe. And let go of any effort through the body. The legs get heavy as we release the muscles and let the legs melt down. Softening through the hips, through the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. Let the arms be heavy, whether they're out to the side or resting on the body. Check the back of the neck is long and soften through the face. Finding ease through the body and ease through the breath. You spend as much time here as you need, focusing on your breathing. A gentle breath in, a gentle breath out. When you're ready, we can begin to deepen the breath and invite movement through the fingers and the toes. Making our way over to our side, we press all the way up back to our comfortable seat. Shake out whatever you need if you need. And we give ourselves thanks for spending some time in your day just for you. Thank you very much for joining me. That completes our time together. As always, I would love to hear from you in the comment section of the video, or just likes are great. And then you can always subscribe and like my channel. I love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.